Hello and welcome to this first analysis video of lore analysis of Star Citizen videos. This is kind of a weird thing. It came out of nowhere. For those guys who don't know, there was just released a video on called the reunion video by RSI. So this is done. I'm live streaming right now, as you can see on the chat. So I'm gonna go through. I took some notes based off of some of the stuff that might be important, stuff to kind of understand, stuff that might matter in the next episode, in the next part. But to give you guys an idea that this is about the Belligerent Duck. If you guys watched the video I did a couple of weeks ago on the story, one of the stories of the Belligerent Duck, the most famous Star Runner in the verse, this is another story from that crew. Alex Dugan, who's the captain of it and pilot. So let's watch the video, shall we? And then we'll I'll kind of give you my analysis and my reactions a little bit here.
Kidnapped. Do you want me to give you back? Not particularly. Whoa! Whoa, not a good idea!
She flies like me.
Where's your co-pilot anyway? Mal? Really not a good idea? I think we lost him. I think something's on fire back there. We had some wild times on this ship, huh? Remember when Surly's tried to steal it?
Which time? He always had a weird fixation on the duck.
Okay. Right there. So the first thing we're going to talk about, up to this point, very basic stuff. It's Alex Dugan flying the duck. You have to understand about Alex Dugan, she's insane. She is a thrill seeker. She's a good pilot, but she's very careful. She's a career criminal. Has been doing this for years. She is the Han Solo of Star Citizen in terms of like her personality and everything. What that's on there is an RSI Mantis. It says RSI Mantis that she's contacting. So we don't know who Maddie is. We know that she used to fly with Alex, and she's contacting RSI Mantis.
Still does?
I heard he's dead.
So are we if you don't get back up here? Those miscreants caught up. Hi-yi-yi.
Fun story. I'll actually look at my notes to see what exactly that says. So that Tayayai is actually Benu. It means no problem or no worries. So she's using she has her co-pilot is Maz, as mentioned earlier, and if you watch my other video. So she has a lot of context. She works with the Benu all the time, especially Donsai Suli. So she has tech from Banu. Makes sense. So she's obviously fluent in Banu. So Tayayai it just means no worries. So
Get in the damn turret. Come on, you bushwhacking Rantas, let's go!
Rantas!
You gonna get me in a position? You see that?
So, for those of you guys who don't know, the little poop you collect in the caves, those are rantas. That's ranta poop. So rantas are been mentioned more than a couple of times. I think they're probably like an invasive species. Think of them as like rats or something like that. They live in caves, especially in the Stanton system. So they may be just cave dwelling, and they're arthropods. So they look like giant roly polies, is what they do, like giant pill bugs. So.
Do I still got it? Or do I still got it?
Sulopindo.
Sulopindo. That's the other word, which means this is a problem for both of us. It's Banu for this is a problem for both of us. So it's pretty cool. I don't know where this planet is. But the last time we heard about the duck, they were going to Lear. So this may be Lear. I don't think it is. It could be a planet in the, why am I blanking on the name? The Odin system as well. But
T-A-E-A.
Your Banu is terrible.
And I told you, they're programmed to recognize my voice.
How much are the deacons paying for me anyway?
You aren't gonna talk your way out of this one, buddy.
so the deacons, we don't know who the deacons are, but there's a couple of clips later on that kind of show the next episode. I looked up for all of my references for deacons. The only deacons I can tell are Deacon's Outpost and Deacon Mezer. I'm assuming they're either a gang or a militia, probably maybe both one of the same. That works out of one of the many gangs or militias in the Star Citizen universe, and often the gangs and the militias are interchangeable in some ways. So they're obviously not somebody who are on the necessarily the right side of the law, because they're asking for Alex Dugan to capture somebody for them, so or rescue them for someone for them. So. So let's go through some of those clips real quickly, so I can kind of go over some likely what's going on here. So this is Maddie doing a wrestling move on somebody in armor. That was a let's back it up a little bit. That's the duck being fired at by a ballista. So I'm assuming that they betray Alex Dugan, she walks into these things all the time. Alex, you need to learn from your mistakes. Maddie with a gun. Alex walking through the little caverns of the MSR. That's the duck getting hit. This is obviously, I think these must be the deacons. He's actually wearing a top hat. So I'm assuming that there's some sort of gang from the verse where they have like these little top hats and everything. I want one, CIG. Obviously she's handing over and maybe has a second thoughts, which is why everything goes crazy. So yeah, it's awesome. So I'm really impressed by this. More stories from Alex Dugan is great. You gotta love the stories of Alex, and Maz is not here. We don't know where Maz is. For those of you who don't know, Maz is the co-pilot of the Belligerent Duck, and specifically is the major is a hacker and such like that. Now Maz is also a Banu, so the fact that Maz isn't there may have something to do with the story, though likely it's probably just because CIG hasn't done the rigging yet for the Banu characters, so they didn't want to put him in there. So he just happens to be somewhere else. Maybe he's off with this Dunsai Suli doing some work for them, because he kind of does that kind of thing. So if you guys like this, please hit that subscribe, like, comment down below. Join us over here on twitch.tv/theastropub on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, where we do gameplay, we talk more lore, we do some community podcasts, all sorts of things. So if you like this, come join us. And like I say every time, well, I should say this is Galactic Historian. So just remember, Ex Historia ad Astra.